He's a work of art. You know, he got the boxing skills and the ability to, do whatever he wants in the ring. You know, it's gonna be with the skills that he possesses and the smarts that he has. And given the opportunity, I think he can pose a great threat to everybody in the division. And be the last man standing given the opportunity.
I think that's a good fight for both of them in right now in their careers.
Terence Crawford just walked into Errol Spence Jr.'s training camp. And if you thought this was just another friendly gym visit, think again. Because fans immediately started asking the same question. Why now? Out of all the places Crawford could have been,
He's just been working on, different stuff like hand placement, same old stuff, using the jab, using my combinations, stepping out. So the chemistry's been great. I like him a lot. And it shows why, he's a great trainer last year.
out of all the camps he could have visited, he ends up stepping into the one place where every move is being watched before Errol Spence Jr.'s massive showdown with Tim Tszyu.
I'm definitely a fan of boxing. I'm gonna be in Australia. I'm gonna be supporting Spence, rooting him on. I just like to support, fighters in his own right. I done been in Boots locker room supporting him. Yeah, it's just crazy how the tables turn. When people get to a certain plateau and they forget about things like that.
I think that's a great fight for both of them because it's winnable for both of them. Me and my boy Tszyu had a little wager on if him and Spence fought each other, who will win. I had to back Spence because that's what I believe in. But, I'm not the one fighting, so at the end of the day, I'm not the one that controls who.
And this is where the story starts getting a whole lot more interesting, because the internet didn't waste a single second turning a simple visit into one of the biggest talking points in boxing. Social media exploded, comment sections went into detective mode, and suddenly every handshake, every smile, every conversation
Win or lose.
Yeah, it's a lot of good trainers, but I went with the best. It was the best trainer that fits me.
Mm-hmm. The Houston humidity is different from Dallas, right?
Yeah. It's a big difference. That's the main thing.
Yeah, you know that.
Yeah, man. It's a big difference.
3 years. The last time everybody seen you in the ring, I guess, you even said yourself, like, you didn't have to come back to boxing, but it's just something that you wanted to do. How have you prepared yourself mentally, for this fight versus Tszyu?
Just training to my best abilities, training hard, focusing, listening to my coach, and just getting back down to the basics and what got me here.
Came evidence in a much bigger narrative. Reports suggest fans are reading between the lines, while online speculation has transformed an ordinary training session into something that feels much bigger than anyone expected. But before everyone jumps to conclusions, here's the important part. Nobody outside that gym truly knows what was said behind closed doors.
In camp with him, how's the camp been so far?
Well, everybody's right who say he's not going to be the same. He's going to be better. So much better than he ever was. His body is well rested. He feels really good. Everything is going great. And as you saw today, his punches are fluid. He's strong. And he's throwing the punches to where I think he should throw them. And, defense is looking good. So everything is going great. And, hey, everybody that's
exactly why the mystery keeps growing. 1 minute it looks like mutual respect between two elite fighters who have already shared one of boxing's biggest stages. The next minute, fans are convinced there's another layer nobody is talking about. And honestly, that's what makes boxing so addictive. Sometimes the loudest story isn't even inside the ring, it's everything happening before the opening bell. Now, here's where things take another turn.
Thinking he don't have anything left. Just wait.
Errol Spence Jr. isn't just preparing for another fight. He's preparing for a moment that many fans believe could redefine how people talk about his career moving forward. Every workout suddenly carries extra meaning. Every drill looks more intense. Every punch seems to come with something to prove. Meanwhile, Terence Crawford's appearance only adds fuel to an already blazing conversation. Was it simply a show of respect? Was it a chance to catch up? Or was it exactly what it looked like?
And against Tim Tszyu, just wanted your thoughts on the return of Errol.
I think Errol gonna do an amazing job. I'm looking forward to him getting back in the ring, and I think he's gonna be successful in his comeback, and I picked him to win.
Did you ever have a niche where every single time you're like, oh, I knew I could be here, I knew I could do this, I knew I could do that?
Oh yeah, I definitely knew, but I mean, sometimes you just have to rest your body. I didn't really rest my body after all the little injuries or accidents that I had. I didn't rest my body, so it was the first time I got to rest my body for about 3 years. So.
A legendary fighter dropping by another legendary fighter's camp because great champions understand each other in ways nobody else can? Fans are saying all three theories somehow make sense at the same time, which only makes the mystery even better. Then, wait. Breaking update. Or at least that's what boxing Twitter wanted everyone to believe. Within minutes of clips surfacing online, people were slowing down videos frame by frame, analyzing facial expressions like they were solving an international puzzle.
You've always been, calm and respectful throughout your whole entire career. And it's very rare times that we've seen you, go a bit of, back and forth with a fighter. But Tim Tszyu, what exactly happened? It was just because you're saying on social media? What exactly did it say that it gets started?
I mean, I didn't go back and forth with him. I felt like I wasn't disrespectful to him. It's a fight. And, I think I heard something he said about he gonna do me like Fundora did Keith Thurman and just talk about a whole bunch of crap, and then he expect me to come shake his hand. And, I just wasn't in the mood for that. It's time to fight. We're in a tough fight. He said it's gonna be a war, then let it.
Someone noticed a smile. Someone else noticed a nod. Another fan claimed they spotted an intense conversation in the background. Suddenly, thousands of people were creating entire storylines from a few seconds of footage. That's social media in 2026. Every frame becomes a headline. Every reaction becomes a theory.
Like there's certain moments that I'm like, it should have happened this way, I should have done this. But it all comes down to, I'm living in the present right now. I'm bringing the biggest fight to ever hit Sydney Australian shores. Bringing a name such as Errol Spence, who at the moment everyone sort of wants him, in the stack division that we got. And I get to, make a stand, create a...
Every theory somehow becomes another debate. And just when it looked like everyone had settled on one explanation, another twist arrived. Some fans argued Crawford's visit actually says more about the culture of elite boxing than any rivalry ever could. Think about it. These are athletes who understand the sacrifice better than anyone.
I'm preparing for the best. The biggest thing for me is to test his heart. How bad does he want it? When you've been there, done that in the sport, it's sort of like, do I need to do this? Do I need to keep on going? That's what I want to test when he starts talking to himself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Do you think his heart, he can question, you will make him question himself in there?
Well, that's what I'm going for. Yeah. If you take the heart away from him, then he's...
Endless road work before sunrise. Countless rounds in the gym. Missing holidays. Living under constant pressure. So perhaps seeing one champion visit another isn't shocking at all. Maybe it's something casual that only looks dramatic because millions of people are watching through the lens of social media.
So you said about breaking Errol, but in your mind, you must feel like this doesn't see 12 rounds on your side.
For sure. That's what I'm going for.
Mm-hmm. I was reading an interview done with Sporting News Australia, I think, and you said about beating him better than Crawford did. Is that also the mentality in your mind as well?
Well, that's his last hooray that he had, So I want him to come back to the memories and do it quicker than Crawford.
But don't click away yet, because that's only one side of the story. The other side? That's where things get fascinating. Online speculation quickly shifted toward Tim Tszyu. Suddenly, fans weren't just talking about Crawford and Spence anymore. They started wondering what Tszyu might think seeing one of boxing's biggest names spending time inside his opponent's camp.
It's coming back after almost a 3-year hiatus. And we know the last time we saw him was in the ring against pound for pound undisputed Bud Terence Crawford. So that's all we have to really go on, bro. And we want to, think that Errol Spence is at his complete best, that he's had a tremendous training camp. But from everybody on the outside looking in, we don't really know. All we have seen is a little bit of heavy bag work he's done. Haven't seen no real sparring.
Again, there's no evidence this changes anything strategically, but that didn't stop boxing fans from imagining every possible scenario. That's the magic and the chaos of fight week conversations. Every photo creates 10 new questions. Every rumor creates 20 new debates. Every visit becomes part of a much larger storyline.
A lot of momentum coming into this fight, a lot of momentum. Even though as of late, especially with the Fundora fights, he took a lot of punishment. And right now, people don't really know if he's not a shot fighter at this time. We don't know that. So again, everything will be, revealed on fight.
And somehow, the closer the fight gets, the louder those conversations become. Meanwhile, inside the gym, none of that noise appears to matter. Gloves keep flying. Coaches keep shouting instructions. Sweat keeps pouring. The routine stays the routine, because championship camps aren't built on internet opinions. They're built on repetition, precision, discipline. While everyone outside is chasing theories, everyone inside is chasing perfection.
And just hearing and just that, that I'm blowing it. That I'm blowing it, and if I'm going to come back to boxing, I gotta be right. I gotta be right. I gotta be right with myself, and I just gotta be 100. And if I say I'm a family man, and and I'm living for my kids, and I'm living for my family, I gotta really do that. I can't just say I'm doing something, but then in the dark doing something else. Like, I gotta be 100% all in. And I was like, I'm not gonna come back to boxing until I'm 100%, all in with the things I say I want to be right with, and I want to be right with my family, and just,
And that's an important difference many people forget. Still, you can't ignore the symbolism. Crawford showing up instantly reminded everyone of just how connected boxing's biggest names really are. Rivalries don't erase respect. Defeats don't erase greatness. One fight doesn't define an entire career. That's a storyline many fans are beginning to appreciate more than ever. But then another breaking wave of online chatter interrupted everything. Suddenly, people started comparing this visit to famous moments from past boxing generations, when rivals unexpectedly crossed paths before major fights. Were those moments psychological?
There's just so many things that I was getting warning after warning after warning. You know what I'm saying? I know God ran, I don't know, I guess he didn't run out of patience with me, because he kept maybe this will deter him a little bit. Right. He kept putting stop signs, but I was running.
Right. Passing through the back.
Yeah, I was running stop signs. I was running, but eventually I feel like, I got it. I for sure got it now, but I was just hard-headed, bro. Just going through the stop signs, bro. And
friendly, competitive. Nobody fully agreed then, and nobody agrees now. That's exactly why these moments live on long after the cameras stop rolling. Every generation creates its own myths. Every gym visit becomes another chapter. Every conversation grows bigger with time. And here's something people often overlook. The cameras only capture seconds. They don't capture hours. We see brief clips, but we don't hear every conversation. We don't know every joke. We don't know every piece of advice exchanged. That's why reports suggesting hidden meanings should always be treated as speculation rather than fact. Sometimes a gym visit is simply a gym visit. But when elite champions are involved, fans naturally expect something deeper. That's human nature. Now let's talk momentum, because this is where the narrative flips once again. Errol Spence Jr. has heard every opinion imaginable over the past few years. Fans questioning him, fans defending him. critics making predictions, supporters believing in another comeback chapter. Through all of that, the one thing he continues doing is showing up to work. Training doesn't care about headlines. Conditioning doesn't care about trending topics. Punches don't care about comment sections. That's probably the biggest message hidden inside this entire story. While everyone debates what Crawford's appearance means, the fighters themselves are busy preparing for the only thing that actually matters once the bell rings. Yet the internet refuses to let the mystery die. Every new clip creates another viral discussion. Every repost brings new opinions. Every opinion creates another theory. Fans are saying this visit symbolizes unfinished business. Others believe it's simply two professionals showing mutual respect. Some even think the entire conversation proves boxing fans love building stories almost as much as they love watching fights. Honestly, that last theory might be the most believable of them all. And here's the final twist nobody expected. What if the biggest story was never Crawford walking into the gym? What if the biggest story was watching millions of fans instantly turn one ordinary moment into an extraordinary mystery? Think about it. The visit lasted minutes. The debate has lasted far longer. Sometimes the real spectacle isn't inside the ropes. It's the imagination of the audience connecting dots that may or may not even exist. And here's the final twist. That's what makes moments like these unforgettable. What if the biggest story was never Crawford walking into the gym? So now the question shifts to you. Was Terence Crawford's appearance simply a respectful visit between two elite champions? Or did fans accidentally create an even bigger storyline than the fighters ever intended? Let me know what you think, because this conversation is far from over. And if history has taught boxing fans anything, it's that the biggest surprise is often the one nobody sees coming.